Good day to all. Welcome to Extreme Recap. The episode begins in Clara's room, where the bewildering specialist in time travel is attempting to persuade her to join him for more fantastic experiences. Clara declines quad in her sleek container suit because she has a date. The phone rings suddenly just as Clara is about to leave, which completely astonishes both the doctor and Clara because very few people have that number. In spite of Clara's fights, the specialist gets it since he guarantees her that nothing occurs. However, as soon as he answers the phone, they are both transported to a different world. They wake up in an unidentified location with two strangers and horrifying worms in their hands. The enchanted worms have revealed that all four of them have had their memories cleared. They accept the strategy to provide an explanation for the situation and continue to listen to credible accounts. An enigmatic figure they refer to as the architect claims that they are about to rob the most secure bank in the universe. The Kara Brax Bank. If they are discovered, they will also be completely destroyed by fire. The bank does not appear to have ever been hacked. Each individual who enters the bank should go through a DNA test. During the bank robbery, the draftsman also discovers that their endurance is contingent on following his instructions. The expert raises that he at this point despises the modeler or whoever he is. Because the explanation for why the four of them were sent away to break into the bank in the subsequent scene is not as clear in the final option. Clara and the specialist get to know the two outsiders. Seythe, a sidekick hacker with a computerized brain and a cyberworld. A woman with the ability to transform into any DNA she encounters. She almost becomes the worm when she touches it. Obviously, them four have proactively entered the bank when they hear a crash at the entryway. They run inside after realizing that the guards are on top of them and are pounding on the door to kill our four heroes. Subsequently, the side downloads information from the planner's modernized portfolio. The data's instructions can be used by the four to complete their tasks. In the interim, we see Miss Del Fox, head of security at the bank, who is aware of the foreign intruders. She is in charge of the teller, a one-of-a-kind species that thrives on criminals' irrational thoughts. Whoever knows feels responsibility more than any other individual. The expert and the others had agreed to erase their memories anyway because they were going to steal from a bank. Digital following that. Subsequent to changing into a man, the shapeshifting lady changes into a bank client so everybody can get to the bank's fundamental structure. The four are successful in entering the bank's main building. As a sudden sign that security will be present, the alarm goes off. The subject matter expert, Clara Cybra. Moreover, groan. Pause for a minute to think about their best course of action. Ms. Del Fox enters simultaneously with security and the teller. With two enormous limbs emerging from its unassuming head, the teller gives the impression of being a freak. It has all the earmarks of being ready to recognize individuals' responsibility, uncovering their criminal purpose, especially according to monetary violations. A random customer, chosen by Ms. Delphos, is examined by the teller. The mutant then scans the customer's brain with its bizarre telepathic ability, revealing that the customer is somewhat guilty, indicating that he does have some criminal. Miss Del Fox gives the teller the order to delete the customer's account after they discover this, which essentially indicates that his brain will be destroyed. The mutant quickly achieves its objective by telepathically feeding on that customer's brain and instantly killing him. Watching in awe, the four intruders, who had never seen anything like it before, after the security guards have left, they carry out their plan to rob the bank. The four use a dimensional bomb that the architect gave them in the following scene to enter a private locker room and enter the bank's underground. Ms. Del Fox is informed, in the interim, that the foreign troops have reached the bank's safety deposit vault and have mistakenly captured the wrong target. The head of security is aware that she made a mistake when she hears this, and she is concerned that she might be fired. Now, the four are being carried to the base of the bank, due to the supernaturally layered bomb designed by the designer. While they are there, their kind architect presents them with a thoughtful package, something that the specialist thinks may be a method for moving away. The package is made of bottles that look like syringes. Additionally, the doctor distributes them to each group member. Nevertheless, an alarm does sound. Therefore, the four people divided into pairs to get around the security. Murmur lets Clara know that while he was in jail, he deleted all recollections of his loved ones for good. Cyber informs the doctor that she cannot touch anyone in the interim, because she would suddenly transform into that person. As a result, she is extremely lonely. After that, the four get together and walk the underground passageways together. Veal wall grates until they arrive at the teller's holding tank. Considering that the creature is still in the tank, the specialist hypothesizes that it is in hibernation. In any case, its clairvoyant abilities are adequate for guessing other people's thoughts and muddle them. Sadly, Clara's thoughts can be controlled by the teller. The doctor tells her to concentrate, as the creature consumes people's memories and thoughts. In spite of her earnest attempts, Clara is lucky to get away from the financier. The four then blended to escape from the holding locale. However, the teller's mind-numbing effect is caught online. The doctor tells Cyrus to use the escape method, which is a bottle that looks like a syringe. She vanishes in what appears to be an odd disintegration process as a result. Before she continues, she asserts that the physician is a decent man, following the incident. The doctor doesn't care what happened to Cyber to keep the rest of the group moving. Cy criticizes the doctor, and he wonders if the doctor's apathetic nature is the reason he is called the doctor. As a result, the doctor shifts his position and tells him to Cy to focus on the task at hand. Ms. Del Fox sends the teller out into the hallways to find the intruders in the interim. The architect helps the doctor locate yet another case in the hallways because he has been transporting the cases that contain valuable mission resources in some way. When he opens the case, Cy discovers 24 codes that can open the safety vault of the. He then downloads the codes in his memory. The teller's growling across the foyers is then heard by the threesome. As a result, as Cy unlocks the vault, Clara and the doctor run in opposite directions to entice the teller to leave. Sadly, Clara is caught by the teller. The animal responds by threatening it and pulling it toward him after hearing her moan and shout. After that, he uses his syringe bottle to kill himself and save Clara, claiming that it doesn't matter if he goes because he doesn't have anyone to remember. After that, Clara and the doctor go to the vault and find that one of the locks is still locked. Clara makes hasty notes as that sighed and died for nothing. In addition, the doctor wonders if the architect intended to assist them when he realizes that the locks cannot be broken. Up to now, out of the blue, there is apparently some exacerbation in the bank's environment. Security has informed Miss Del Fox that a solar storm is disrupting their systems. Both Clara and the doctor are taken aback by the fact that the solar storm has arrived just in time to unlock the vault. The doctor concludes that there was no prior plan for this bank robbery. It was planned by someone in the room. They have been transported back in time to the exact moment so that they can be in the best place when the storm comes, because the bank is only at risk during that particular moment. The precise timing required by the plan was known in advance. After the vault is opened, the specialist reasons that it was a period heist. The specialist and Clara then begin searching for a code that was written in the past case. They discover a neophyte circuit inside a locker with the same code name, which has the ability to restart any system and recover lost data. This suggests that they are capable of recovering a significant number of previously deleted memories. The group then progresses forward toward another capacity to find a quality suppressant that can help Cypress with trim, as a result of her longing to be normal. The suppressant has the ability to suppress her ability to shapeshift, transforming her into a normal human being. However, they waited to see if they were both in the next locker before proceeding. They confront the teller in the following scene in Miss Dell's office. During her conversation with Clara and the doctor, she praises her safe deposit box. It appears to be the safest bank in the galaxy. Miss Del Fox's fear of the bank chief is acknowledged by the specialist. Kara Braxis wonders why she works for him in the event that she is so scared of him. Clara and the specialist are condemned to burning when Ms. Del Fox moves the subject, leaving her two safety officers to do as such. The two watchmen, notwithstanding, are really moaning, incredibly. Furthermore, on the web, the syringe turns out to be their last resort tool. Bottles were really crisis teleporters that associated with a circling transport, similar to bottles. Therefore, they were safeguarded, regardless of whether they had previously vanished. The doctor then gives Cyber and Cy the gene suppressant and neophyte circuits, respectively. In order to complete their mission, the four quickly reach the final vault. A private vault is accessible via Kara Braxis. However, to their surprise, Kara Braxis turns out to be Miss Del Fox, or Kara Braxis Cone, rather than Miss Del Fox. In all honesty, Kara Braxis has a colossal number on each floor of the design, and oddly enough, she can't handle her clones. This puts the Doctor in a strange state, and he suddenly remembers that at the beginning of the episode, he had said that he hated the architect just like Kara Braco hated her own. He fully comprehends the architect and the current circumstance. He supplies the caravan. As a result, he gives her his phone number and tells her to call him when she gets old and leaves to escape the planet's worsening solar storm. The storyteller is then invited into the Doctor's mind to find out the exact reason for their arrival. The Doctor's subconscious recalls of the previous few days are revealed to the teller. It is shown in a flashback at the beginning of the episode that Kara Braxis was the one who asked the Doctor for a favor from her deathbed. From that point forward, the specialist rushed Clara into space-time travel. He is also shown devising and carrying out the entire plan to rob the bank. It has been discovered that the expert was the modeler from the beginning. The expert informs the teller, returning to the present, that it is permitted to carry out what it normally required to do. From that point forward, the teller opens a secured entryway in Kara Braxis' confidential vault, which prompts a female teller who is bound and tied. The group's remaining members finally comprehend the overall goal of the bank heist: letting go of the banker woman. The Doctor then states that this was not a bank heist. Rather, it was a mission to save a species as a whole. As a result, it emerges that Kara Braxis, who regrets torturing the elderly and dying female teller. Accordingly, all she needed was for the specialist to travel once again into the past and save the species until the end of time. In the final scene, the two tellers return to their home planet, Psi, and while they fix their problems, Cyber eating dinner. Between times, Clara is taken care of by the specialist. Turn on notifications, please subscribe for more videos like this, and like the channel to support it. Thank you very much for watching.